Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 17 of Anything Goes with Sania and Leah. So exciting because we've got another little show day wrap up. So we're going to basically talk through Sania's show day, 2 show days, surprise show day.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm excited to hear a bit more about this actually because I've heard obviously we've chatted a bit, but I want to deep dive into it. So yeah, we're gonna talk all things show day again and your exciting weekend.
Yeah, it was incredible. Like the best weekend I think I have had in a long time. Now, I was a bit nervous because obviously, I mean, you knew I was doing the PCA Universe, like you knew.
I was like, oh,
You were like, you should do it, you should do it. But just generally, just really enjoyed it. It was hard. Have you ever done a show, two shows
no.
a weekend? It was like it's not even at the time is it hard, like it's not that, because you're just so boom 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 boom, like you don't even think about what's going on. It's the aftermath. Yesterday, absolutely shattered.
Yeah, because if you think you like doing, obviously you don't really eat, do you, on show day? To be honest, it's like little tiny bits of food, and it's like such an adrenaline rush as well.
Yeah,
And then you're like doing it all over again.
it's yeah, that's it. And it's literally all about controlling your emotions. If you're someone who gets easily excited or really easily nervous and like it consumes you, I definitely wouldn't recommend doing like two shows on the trot, purely based on the fact, like if you're stressed out, if you're constantly going on a high and a low and a high and a low, like it's not good for your body. So that's one thing that we really focused on the weekend, was basically keeping myself chilled out, not exciting me, not doing much, not just literally relaxing, doing nothing, and only allowing the highs to be when I'm at the show day, and the lows after, or not even lows, but like don't get too excited after the show, chill out straight away, get back to the zen mode. So, and that was relatively easy for me because I was surrounded by the best people. I had Dan, and I also had Beth with me this weekend. Did you see the, oh my God, the little cottage we stayed at? It
No, I
was
didn't see that.
stunning, Leah. If you ever stay in Manchester, Wigan, it was stunning. So it was on like a golf course. It was like a wedding venue. And it was so lovely. Like the kitchen was just
Oh,
beautiful.
amazing.
Just everything about it was lovely. So we had like the garden basically outlooks the golf course, which was hilarious because golfers saw me in my bikini multiple times. Really sorry for them, but most of them were men, so maybe they didn't mind.
I'm sure they didn't much.
That was a great experience, but at that point, you're like, I really don't care.
Yeah,
I'll out here
don't care, do
naked.
you?
Really don't care. And then yeah, so the outside had like really, really nice garden. It had like a barbecue. It had like this
Wow.
it's like, like covering, like a wooden covering, and there was like seats, like a corner seats with a
Yeah.
fire pit, fairy lights.
Wow.
Just it was, like where you would probably, it was a wedding venue, like on the other, literally by the golf course. So I'm assuming that's usually where like the bride and groom would probably stay, or like
Oh, gosh.
so it was really, it was only like £220 a night. However, that was split between three of us, so it was quite cheap.
Yeah.
Three beds, one sofa bed, two bedrooms.
Yeah.
So really, really good. And I just had the best time. Like I drove, which I really liked because it kept me busy. I was in control. I've noticed, especially this weekend, I'm a bit more of a control freak than I thought. I just find that if I'm in control of the car, if I'm in control of the music, if I'm in control of this, if I'm in control of that, if anything goes wrong, it's my fault and I can deal with that. And also, I can get us there on the right time. I can, make the decisions,
Yeah, you're
that
not like stressing, are you?
exactly that. And it keeps me busy. Like, I'm not on my phone. And that's what I like. Whether I'm on my phone for like half an hour and I'm not on board,
Yeah, yeah,
are we there yet?
yeah.
Um, but yeah, what do you want? What would you like to know about the shows?
So, say what show, I'm sure people know this, but say what 2 shows you did first.
So
And
I did
yeah,
ultimate favorite show so far of the season, which was the Condition Cup. Not just because I won, by the way. I don't want people to think just because I won. It was because it
Although
was
that does make it better though.
but it makes it 100 times better. But I really enjoyed that show. It was my first two bro show. We'll go into more depths in a moment. But then I also did a secret show, which every time someone saw me that I knew, they were like, oh, I didn't know you were doing this show. I did the PCA Universe as a little, well, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you judges and prove to you judges. I can get Lena. I've got more for me, and I'm going to prove to you that I can bring in better.
Yeah, which you did.
Which I did, which I'm so proud of. Like it, that I actually looked at the logistics of how much weight I lost totally from my last show to my first show. I actually did a post about it.
No, I saw that actually.
I almost lost 10 pounds. So from the 14th of May, I was 123 pounds for my first show. It wasn't my lowest, but that was my first show weight. And then for the PCA Universe, I was 115.8 pounds.
Mad.
So you can do anything you put your mind to.
Yeah, yeah. And it was a hard like couple of weeks for you, but it like paid off because I was just saying before, like you looked a lot leaner this time. Obviously, I didn't see you in person the first time. I only saw you in person at the Universe, but you looked, even in like your photos and everything, you could see like how much your legs had come in, and even everywhere else. But you know,
yeah, it's just one of those, like, what I didn't realize is bikini is actually a lot leaner than toned figure.
Yeah,
I think that me and Tom, like, obviously Tom usually only has big girls and big boys. Like bikini is like, he has done bikini girls, but he's, you know, like we've only ever done toned figure with me.
yeah.
So like we were like, yeah, toned figure, that would be fine. Like toned figure conditioning, like that was spot on, right? Like it's figure.
Yeah.
What? Like it's bikini can't be any like leaner than that. But for me to get my glutes, and it might just be because of my muscle development and whatnot, but for me to get a glute and hamstring tie in, I need to be shredded.
Yeah.
And then feed into the show. And that's not what we did the first time. So we learned a lot,
Yeah.
which was the aim for this year, because
Yeah.
my bikini debut, we didn't fucking know what was going on. Like,
Yeah.
no idea.
And now you know, like you fit bikini really well, like you enjoy it, you know what you need to do for next time. So you're set really, aren't you?
Exactly.
And you got some really good placings, some first and second placings. So
yeah. So it's just insane. Like, I think for the first show, I was like really disappointed, not because the girl Libby looked insane and I thought, you know, she didn't deserve to win, but because in my heart, I knew that this wasn't me. This wasn't. Yeah. Is everything okay with your coffee?
Sorry, I've just found a fly in my coffee. I can't drink that now. It's only a bit left, but you know, I can't deal with stuff like that. Let me just put it on my plate.
That's hilarious.
Sorry, carry on.
So what was I saying? Sorry. I can't remember. About placings. So yeah,
your first show, you said you were like, and then you were talking about Libby and yeah.
Yeah, so I knew that it wasn't my best look, and I was really like, I've got more to show you, I've got more to prove, and this isn't me. Like, I know I've got more in me. And I was a bit kind of like, I know we briefly spoke about this, but I was a bit like disheartened by like how I looked, not about my placing. And I knew that and I just basically turned it around and used it as motivation, as cringy as it sounds, to go, right, I'm not doing that again. Now I know how it feels to kind of like lose, not because I came second, but just lose in myself, in the sense. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like losing.
Really get what you mean, because you can't control what anyone else looks like. But if you know that you've turned up as your absolute best, you'll be like, yeah, you know what? Like, wherever I place it, I know this is the best that I can look. Whereas if you haven't done that, you feel like, well, what would have happened if I had have come in my best? Or, you know, I didn't. Yeah, I completely get what you mean with that.
Yeah, it's really difficult because like I felt like I lost, and like you shouldn't congratulate me because that didn't look good. Like I looked good, kind of, but I didn't. In my heart, I knew that I still have loads to prove. I still could be leaner.
Yeah.
Then the condition cup, I got 2 first places. Now I will say there was just me and one other girl in the junior bikini lineup, and it was just me in the open D. Now, the reason why I'm really kind of proud of those placings is because of the overall lineup.
Yeah.
Now, if I was to get maybe like on the side of the overall lineup, so basically what happens, for people who don't know, you have, like, with 2 bros for the condition cup, you can compete in multiple categories, and I competed in 2 of them, and you basically, in open class, is basically what sends you off to win, to go to like the overall. So there's open class A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Every winner of each class collates together, and then you have like an overall winner. Now, obviously, there was no one in my class. It was a really, really quiet show. There was only like 16 female athletes in total, figure wellness, I think maybe 20, and bikini. So it was really, really small show. And I thought, right, okay, I'm on my own open class D, fantastic, because that gives me the opportunity to go into the overall. But there was many classes like that anyway. So I went into the overall, and I stayed in the middle with the overall winner. And you know, when you can see the judges, like every time I came on stage, they were like talking to each other, they were like looking and like really figuring out like what's going on. And then when I was on the overall stage, I was dead center, so there's like a little dot of like that says 2 bros, and basically the overall winner was to my left and I was to the right of the dot, so we were like both in the middle, and there was equal amounts of people next to us.
Yeah, and there was some really great girls in that lineup as well. Like, you had Jenny Hamilton, who obviously like won trained with me the previous week or so in PCA. Like, she's amazing. You had Hannah Wares, who amazing athlete. Like, lots of really good people in that lineup as well, which was really
cool. Quite stacked, I think. It was quite a stacked lineup, and I thought the odds aren't in my favor here. So it's really, and it's my first 2 bro shows. They don't know who Sania is. They ain't got a fucking clue who Sania is. And I was like, okay, right, let's just see. And obviously, with my name being Kelly, I was quite lucky that I was already in the middle, but they didn't move me once. And every time I was looking at the judges, which was the most of the time, they were like this between me and the other girl. They were like this, just constantly trying to figure out who was like, who was going to get it. So I have a feeling it was like, so basically, the reason why I think she won is because obviously she had more condition in her glutes and hamstrings, and that was my feedback. And he said, the head judge was like, if you had more conditioning in your glutes and hamstrings, you would have been spot on. So I have a feeling it would have been, she's one from the front, she's one from the back, but what's bikini? So yeah, just the fact that I don't know, but I'm going to claim it. I think I came second in the overall. The fact that I did that, that makes these placings, even though I didn't compete against many competitors, worth it for me, because I deserve them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And you know, the feedback was like minimal as well in terms of what you do, so that's positive.
Exactly. Like, if I had come first because I was the only competitor there, and I literally was right at the very end of the overall lineup and I didn't get a second look at, that's when I'd go, oh, okay, I don't really want to say I got first.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But
that's exciting though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So obviously you did that, and then you did the Universe on the Sunday. Did you enjoy that? Because obviously I came to watch, and I think the atmosphere at those shows is just like, I just love it. It's so nice. Did you enjoy the show?
I did enjoy it. Reese was competing as well, so I was a little bit stressed about that, I won't lie, because I really wanted him to enjoy it. You know, we both literally did our new category debuts.
Because he looked really good, I thought.
Yeah, you know what? I thought he had top 3.
Yeah.
I thought he had top 3. I was quite shocked when they gave him the 4th. Like, he was in the 3rd spot on the lineup. You see, it doesn't mean everything, but I genuinely had him 3rd. But honestly, seeing him on that stage, I've seen him compete in physique before. I've seen him compete like multiple times. I've been backstage with him, and I've never seen him so happy.
That's exactly what Will said. He was like, God, he looks really happy. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, like
Good.
he
That's
just
the same thing.
enjoyed himself. And
Yeah.
I, like, even though like I saw that it got called out and it was fourth, I genuinely didn't give a shit if he was upset or if Finn was upset with who was his best mate. That he wasn't upset, by the way, but I was like, you know what? This is who you're meant to be. Like, this is like, I don't think he's going to do classic because he's naturally going to go over the weight because he's already like on the cusp of it for
So is
two
it.
anyway. Yeah, like he did have to downsize somewhere and bring something up, and he competes because he loves training, and he doesn't want to do that. So he's going to go into open.
Yeah, which I think is, I think he like looks good.
Good in, yeah, and just seeing, you know, like just seeing him up there and just genuinely enjoy the posing, enjoy the people he's around with, not having to be flamboyant because he's a female. Like the smiles on his face were genuine, like this is cool.
Yeah.
And that was just the biggest thing for me. Like, I was really, really happy. So I was a bit stressed out about that because I was like, oh fucking hell, like new category, like I wonder how he's gonna line up. I hope he's not disheartened by anything, but I know he looks wicked. We'll see how it goes. With PCA, you really just don't know. Like, like they're one of the federations where I'm like, I actually don't have a clue. Like, I've actually noticed that. But no, he got the four, so I'm a bit stressed. I really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I definitely think I found my calling now with bodybuilding, and I definitely think two bros is the line that I want to go down. Just purely based, I think the poses suit me better. I think, you know, like I actually, like, I'm going to admit it, even though I'm a postcard, I really struggle to keep my balance on the carpeted PCA floor and the PCA bikini poses. Like, I really struggle with it, and it just feel more slick and more classy and more myself in the two bro show. I just loved it. I enjoyed PCA, and I'll always compete there as like a warm-up show, but I don't think my actual, you know, how you want to develop up into the pro cards and do well within the pro league. I don't think I want to, that's not where my goal is. I don't anymore. It's more of like warm up, have a bit of fun, and then go back into two bros. But I really did enjoy it. There was so many people there. It was great fun, you know, like backstage was, and I just went there, and basically, not gonna lie, I was trying to focus on my posing so much on stage. I just forgot to smile with my teeth half the time.
Yeah, I didn't notice that actually.
Just because Tom said to me before I went on, he was like, just calm down, like don't get excited. He was like, try to really focus. So in my head, I was like, focus. And I just kept doing this.
Well, you still looked fairly happy though, that's all right.
Yeah, good. Because I look back at my videos, I'm like, why am I not like being really cheesy? And it was because like I was genuinely like focusing on like, right, slow down the transitions, relax into the show. But the one thing with PCA, it's hard to relax into because you're on stage, then you're off. But with two bros, you're on stage for prejudging for each category you enter. So you're on, so I was on, then I was off, then I was on again within 3 minutes, then I was off.
Okay.
I was on again to collect my awards, then I was off, then I was on again to collect my awards, then I was off, and then I was on again. So I was on stage for about an hour, like on and off, which every time I went on that stage, it got easier and I got better. Leading up to the overall, I was my most relaxed self. But let me tell you, it's hard, right? Because my body towards the overall, oh my God, my stomach was in pain because I was tensing my core so much. I was just dying, like fully just like, I'm actually shattered now. Like,
whereas with PCA, you're obviously like, you do everything in one go. And then you come back for the overall later if you get to the overall, but like all the actual categories, like all in one go, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's just hard, like it's hard work, and it's like knowing when to stop pumping. Like, am I just gonna fucking flatten out because I'm over pumping?
Yeah.
I need water. I need this. Oh shit, I'm on stage again. Fuck.
Yeah.
It's fucking hectic, but I loved it. Like I really loved it. I think you would enjoy it. Like I think it's different.
Yeah.
Not as family. I feel like PCA is very family and friendly.
Yeah.
I feel like with Two Bros, it is very much competitive nature behind, like with friendly backstage. There was lovely girls back there, but it is very much this is serious. Whether with PCA, you can have a chat and a laugh.
Yeah, and that's why I like it. I do sometimes think about it, but then I think I know that
it's a lot.
PCA probably wouldn't. You know what I mean?
I feel like you need to find your natural evolution with PCA.
Yeah.
Like see how, and then like if you're like, I want more, or you want to see, then I feel like you do quite well there.
We'll see. I think I always like, I don't know, I think because I've always looked at like the big figure girls and been like, oh my God, they're incredible. Like I'm nowhere near that. I've just never even thought about it because I don't know. I look at like Meg, for example, and Erin, and I'm like, they're just so much further along in bodybuilding than what I am.
Yeah, but they're also pros.
I know. That's what I need to remind myself of, that they're pros, and I'm then comparing myself to like probably top pros as well.
Exactly. Like they've literally like they've done really well.
Yeah,
You know.
I know. So I don't know. Maybe I think not this year because I want to see, because it's my first year doing the proper pro show with PCA. I want to just see how that goes.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens next year.
It'll be exciting. Like it's definitely different. Very different. I wasn't sure about it at the start, like just because of like how different it is in terms of PCA. Like PCA, I know everyone there.
Yeah.
I know everyone there. Like there's not one person I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But with Two Bros, it was like, who are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I was like, oh shit, I'm like a relatively medium fish in PCA, like pond. And then going into a bigger pond, I'm like fucking tiny fish. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like all new surroundings and stuff, isn't it though?
Exactly. But that's literally my show days. I've got one more show, which you guys will hear about soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Another secret one.
It's the last one. Yeah.
Last one. Yeah, I'm so excited, man. Like I'm so fucking excited. Like I said to you before this, I'm genuinely mentally tapped out of prep in the sense like my prep's done. Like if you think about it, my prep is done. I've just got to I'm in another peak week.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I can't bring any better. Maybe we can peak slightly differently, but the reason why we're doing this international show is purely based off the fact that we need the feedback from how I am when I fly out, get my name out there more with Two Bros, see how I line up against these big girls, and just experience and exposure. And it's really great for business, and it's a little bit of a holiday as well. So I feel like generally like the biggest shows for me were this week. Because needed to know how Two Bros were, wanted to see how second in the universe, it ain't that bad, is it? And then this one's literally more so of like, let's just have a bit of fun. It cost me a fortune, but you know what? You've got to experience these things, otherwise you'll never know. Because the next time I compete, like it won't be for a while. I would quite like to be competitive, and like I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going on a pro card hunt, because I fucking hate when people say that. But I'd like to be close. I'd like to think that I'm good enough to be at a level to that, especially with how this season has gone as well.
Do you think you'll compete next year, or do you think you'll take like a bit time off, or what do you think?
I think for me, competing next year is not what I want. Like I don't think I do want to compete next year. Like I've already lost so much of this year, and it would just feel too soon for me. I need good time to get into the groove of training again. I need to find my love for training again, because I'm not gonna lie, like I really don't. I can't remember the last time I actually looked forward to training. I need to get my food in a good spot. I feel like I've got a lot of things coming up this year and next year. So, for example, I'm moving in with Beth. I've got something exciting launching. I've got something exciting launching. I've got, like, I've just got loads of things on, and got lots of things to cram in this year that I could literally put into the next year. And the rest of this year is mainly like, yes, I'm going to focus on bodybuilding, of course, but a lot of it is also going to be like business and family and stuff. So I do think I need like a good, whether that be a year and a half, so it's not 2 years, but it's like not next year, but I would love to compete again this time in 2025.
Right, yeah. So like early.
Yeah, I loved competing at this time, because you know why? Because it's hot. It's you finish at the start of the year. You still have summer. You still have you don't have to diet during Christmas. You just miss the shit part of the year, which is prep, and then you come out of it with all this fun stuff.
Yeah, that's what I did last year. Obviously, I finished prep like mid-May, and then I'm like, God, I've now got all summer to enjoy myself. Like, I mean, it's good. And I had a really, really amazing summer and did loads of fun stuff. Like, went on Hendo holiday, went away with my parents. Went to the races, like all the fun summer stuff. Then you can do.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck happens between January and June?
Yeah.
Like what? Do you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah. I like to do that again when I'm ready. But again, I'm not even going to put a date on it. Whenever I feel I'm ready to prep one. It took me a long time to get out post show, but I already have a feeling it's going to be pretty positive. Like, I feel pretty positive. And also, when I'm ready, like when I'm genuinely like,
that's good, because I think people put time frames on it and they're like, oh, I'm gonna have this time off, and then it's like they don't know how their body's going to go and how the post show is going to be, and sometimes it can take a long time, can't it, to like be in a place where your body's responsive to diet again as well.
Exactly. And also, like, I'm not the type of person, like, even though I'm into bodybuilding, I don't like dieting, like, in the sense of like, I know some people really thrive off dieting and really love to prep and diet every 6 months. I'm not like that. I've got to also remember I'm 22 years fucking old.
I always forget that.
Don't look at me with hate. I always forget. I just need to remember that, and follows a fucking time. Like, why rush it? Like, I could literally compete next year and still be a junior.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck that. Like, I might as well miss the junior and just wait and just get better. But also, enough about me. I'm tired of talking about me now. Can we just talk about fucking Meg?
Oh my good God. Amazing. And also, did her reaction just get you every single time? Because I was like, how has she not realised she's going to win everything yet?
Literally, like, how do you not? What the fuck? She's natty. What? Meg, one, go fuck yourself. Two, what the fuck? You look amazing.
Amazing. She's such a lovely, amazing person as well.
She's so genuine.
Yeah, and she does look. It's just so amazing because I don't think she realizes how good she actually looks.
No. If you guys don't know Meg, by the way, she competed at the PCA Universe. She was a toned figure athlete. She competed against me in the British. I beat her. That's my little claim for fame. And then she came back into athletic figure, won her first show, got the overall in that show. No, wait. Then came to the PCA Universe. Yeah. Then you finished the PCA Universe.
Yeah, then she won her category at the universe. She got her pro cog, she won her category, won the overall, and then won the pro show.
Yeah.
Could not have got any better.
Like what? Who? That's unheard of, apart from Hannah Bowden.
Yeah, mad.
It's actually crazy. Like, and she looks insane. But however, now I'm looking at you, Meg, and Hannah. This is what boggles my head as well. you're all so fucking different. How are they going to choose? What are they going to look for?
No. I'm
What
very
is
nervous, you know.
obviously we hope they choose you, but do you know what I mean? Like, you're all so
Yeah.
different. I
Yeah.
wonder how you're going to look like. Let's say, I don't know if she is competing when you compete,
Yeah.
but if, let's say, for example, you all three of you do the same show, where are they? What?
I don't know.
You're so different.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's not one thing that's similar on any of you.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because I think there's going to be a few people actually competing. I think there's a few. Obviously, there'll be the girl that turns pro at the British, potentially two if there's a short and a tall. So that'll be two more pros potentially.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's Holly, Dan's other client that won the pro card last year, and she's competing.
Okay.
Charlie, who obviously won who won her pro card last year, the same show as me. So I don't know if there's going to be like maybe 7 or so of us. There might be Hannah. What's her name? She won a two bros natural pro card.
Yes. Yeah. Hesquith or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Heskett, I don't know how you say her last name, but she looked phenomenal. So I don't know if there's going to be like maybe 8 girls, which I really hope there is, because I just think, God, that'll be amazing, because it's my night. I just don't want to walk up and be like one of 2 people.
Yeah. No, like, I feel like that would be good. I do feel like that would be good to have more people, just, and it will also give us like a bit of an idea as to, because obviously with the universe, like a lot of the pro show was people who had just won their pro card. So there wasn't really anyone who had
Yeah.
won. There wasn't any other pros, I don't think. So it would be good to kind of see, like, we all like, it would be good to see what they look for and figure, because obviously on the day, if it's literally everyone who's just won their pro card and Meg's won the overall, obviously she's going to win the pro show if they're all pros. Do you know what I mean? Like in physique, there was only one extra pro.
Yeah.
The rest were people who just turned pro. Bikini, there was just one other pro. Figure, I don't even think there was one other pro.
There's one other from America.
Was
But
there?
that doesn't mean there was only 2 girls in the pro show.
This is it.
But
So
I do think it's building up now, because obviously the pro thing in PCA only really started properly, I would say maybe last
yeah, and that's what I mean. It would be good to see what they look for in a pro rather than the person who won
yeah.
the overall in the show that they just
Yeah.
turned pro in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I'm hoping it does build up a bit, because they've got shows, obviously they've got one in Florida, they've got one in Thailand, so there's some really cool shows going on, but right now there's not enough athletes to warrant them doing it, because I inquired into Thailand and they said, oh, we're not putting a figure pro show on because there's not enough figure girls that are pro. So it's just like I'm hoping over the next maybe 2 years it does, because if you think you've got people turning pro at the Universe, the British and the Worlds,
Yeah.
so that's potentially 6 new pros a year. If you look at like, well, just figure say that's 6 new pros a year potentially, if there's a tall and a short. Like at the Universe just gone, there was only, I think there was like 7 girls in figure in the amateur, but there wasn't a tall and a short, it was just like figure. Whereas if you look back at last year's Universe when I competed, I think there was 11 girls in my category, and that was just the short, and then I think there was like 9 or 10 in the tall, so there was like over 20 figure girls.
Yeah.
So it's a lot so last year.
I do think they need like a good 4 to 5 years for it to be like really, because then they can stop giving them away. So like, not I'm saying they're giving them away willy-nilly, that's not what I'm saying, but you know, like a bit more kind of like strategic. Once they've got enough pool of athletes, then they can make it harder to get. Obviously it's quite hard to get because you have to go through the athletes, but at the moment it's like, you know, like Two Bros, it's like you have your category winners and then all category winners come together and it's like one person wins the pro card. Like it would be cool for them to get to that point, because they know that they have to really, that's really be,
I get what
you
you
mean.
Yeah.
And I do think that would be like, I do think that's coming soon, but obviously when you just start giving out pro cards, you need to have pros.
Yeah. So we'll see, because I think when that does build, I think it'll be really, really cool, but it's still in the building stage. But I do think at the end of this year, that will probably be the first time where there's actually like a decent number of clients, a decent number of athletes like on stage together. So it'll be It'll be cool.
It'll be good. It'll be really fun. Like, it'll be good to see. I'm watching that show.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It will be good. Anyone else that really shocked me? I had 2 clients in the PCA Universe.
Yeah.
I had Teresa, one of Dan's clients.
Yeah.
He got second. And then I also have toned figure athlete who also came second.
Okay.
Shireen, which was quite good.
Yeah, that's
Dan
cool.
was pretty high. It was pretty high in the universe, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And the bikini, so Dan's client, so Dan actually got he won both female overalls.
I know. What the
His
fuck?
bikini girl looked
She is
amazing.
insane.
Millie.
Is it Millie?
Yeah, the bikini overall winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks really, really good actually. You know who absolutely just blows my mind every time I see her? The Korean lady who won the pro show in bikini. So she won her pro card or pro show? Yeah, last year at the Universe, I think.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't love it.
Oh god, I just think she looks insane.
I don't know what it was. I just wasn't that impressed. I was impressed last year, but I wasn't impressed this year. Like, I genuinely just thought,
yeah,
I'm not sure. Like, I couldn't pinpoint anything, but I was just like, I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. She looked great, but I just wasn't blown away. Like, I was more blown away by Millie than I was her.
yeah, she looked really good to be fair. Yeah, it was a good show. All right, Rumbly. Sorry, my dog's wow.
Anything else to update us on? Otherwise, are we done with the little update?
Week 1 of prep done?
Huh?
Week 1 of prep done?
Shit, yeah. How are you finding prep? Sorry. Should have asked.
I don't feel like I'm on prep, to be fair. It's fine. I'm still really full.
Still eating a lot of food, aren't you?
Yeah, it's still. I mean, I'm not gonna wake up the calories this year because I don't want to know when I'm eating 1,200 calories a day. Thank you. So I'm just gonna roll with it and see what happens. But yeah, I'm doing 2 half-an hours cardio, so that's chilled.
Oh, nice. That's probably actually quite nice for you, isn't it?
It is, because I felt like so unfit when I was doing my leg sessions. So I'm hoping that helps a bit. My steps have been up to 12k, which is like fine. Yeah, and I basically just had my off-plan meals taken out and all my free calories. I had like 600 free calories a day. So they've gone. And some of my food has been pulled down a little bit. But I'm still like, I'm just at the point where like I wake up and I'm not hungry. And it gets to, like yesterday, it got to 10 o'clock and I was like, I'm not hungry. But obviously I had my first meal.
Hopefully it stays like that for a while.
Okay. If I can do like 5 or 6 weeks of prep like this, I'll be buzzing, because normally, like last year when I started a prep, I was like still hungry at the end of my off season. So I'm hoping it just like stays like this and makes it all nice and easy, but probably not.
I think with how you've pushed food and like, you know, and all that kind of stuff, I think considering you're still full,
yeah,
like I reckon 5-6 weeks of not feeling full is easy, unless Dan goes slash.
I know. I did weigh myself this morning actually, because I got into this really bad habit when I did my mini cut, and I was like weighing myself every day, and I was like, I'm not doing that because I just get too obsessive with it. So like, I'm just gonna weigh myself once a week, like that's it for now. When I do my check-ins. So I thought, I'll just weigh myself today, because I started, I think Thursday was my first day on prep. So it's been like what, 5 days, 6 days. But I did have a meal out on Saturday. He was like, keep your meal out in on Saturday for this week.
You weren't meant to start prep this early, were you?
It was meant to be Sunday, like just gone. So it's like, keep your meal out in on Saturday. So I have had a meal out, and I think I've dropped like £1 since Thursday, since my last check-in. But that's not too bad, saying that I had the meal out. So we'll see what my weight tends to do. Is it like, pardon?
If you think about it, prep only really started Monday. You would just start, it was more so like, right, we'll just get the crap out now.
Literally.
Like,
my weight normally stays the same for like ages, and then it will drop like 2 or 3 pounds. That's what mine
annoying, isn't it? Because it just fucks with your head. Why can't you just go down every day?
But yeah, I'm really excited.
I'm excited for you. I genuinely can't wait to be more like, once I'm done with this prep, I'm going to be so invested in your prep. Like the roles are going to be reversed, and it's just going to be fun. I'm going to get fatter. You're going to get lean.
I can't wait for these little cheeks to go. I feel like my face goes so like, not that I don't really care, but I feel like I prefer.
You don't look it though. You don't look chubby at all on your face.
Bad.
But like, I can't wait to get my chubby cheeks back. Like, look at this.
Yeah, you've got a nice
I
ball.
don't like this look. I love chubby cheeks, Sania. I love my chubby self. Like, I love it.
That's good.
I just think I look like I just look like a really nice cuddly chunk. Like now, you don't want to cuddle me because I'm skin and bone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. Oh,
In the mirror, and I'm
my
like, I
dog.
look ill.
Yeah, excited.
It is exciting, but that is all the updates for this week. Next week, we will do like a quick recap of how, like, I don't know, finishing prep, how your prep is going, but we'll also try and find a topic that we can kind of relate to my season, I think. See if there's anything that I can maybe help other people, and if they're looking to compete internationally, and you're obviously looking to compete internationally as well, aren't you?
Spain in November, so that'll be good.
Yeah, so it'd be good for you guys to understand that, because I'm going through it. I have no idea. I'm literally winging it.
Maybe we could do a bit of a Q&A and say like any questions on like international shows or like the end of prep that you're like struggling with. Maybe we could do a bit of a Q&A on that.
Yeah, and trying to think, when do I fly back? I might actually be in Alicante, provided I do it then. So we will have to figure out when we do the podcast, because I fly on the 6th, fly back on the 6th. So we'll have a little chat about that after. But we will pop a question box or something like that, or we'll just talk about tips and tricks and stuff for when traveling as bodybuilders and stuff like that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. I cannot wait to stop talking about myself in these podcasts.
I like it. It's interesting.
I do, but you know when you're like, God, I bet you got bored of my voice. They want to hear more of Leah. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. My prep's almost done. We'll see you for the next one.
Thanks, guys. Bye.